Welcome, everybody. I hope you guys are doing well. Today, we're joined with Charlie, also known as Penguin Zero, also known as Moist Critical, also known as Moist Man. Charlie, do you have any more aliases at this point?
No, that's about all of them, I think.
Caught all of them? Okay, dude.
Yeah.
It's so funny because you're probably one of the few like content people that actually all your socials are legitimately, basically different in some capacity.
Yeah, it's all just a bunch of nonsense hooey, really. There was no common thread through them.
No, just going with the vibe.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Well, dude, yeah, it's been fun because last time we talked, I know was in person was obviously we were in Tampa doing some fun stuff. But I've been keeping up, and I was laughing my ass off because it keeps popping in my feed. It's your new Doom saga of like all the Doom struggles, dude. I'm trying to get the game going.
It's been sad. I eventually got it to work, but yeah, that launch was rough.
Yeah, it's the best when you're having issues with your computer and you get all the like keyboard tech warriors coming in and saying like it's this problem, and this problem, instead of it just being like, no guys, the game is it's fucked up. Like it's not working for everybody. That's why, and it's just crashed, which is unfortunate because I haven't played Doom. Oh my god, since like the first one. But I know this is like a prequel, if I'm not mistaken, the new one.
Yeah, this one's set before the new ones.
Does it have a good soundtrack?
Not as good as when Mick Gordon was doing it, but it's
Right.
not bad. Like it's still good.
Yeah, dude, that was a sad thing to see online. I was surprised when that whole thing like unraveled. I was like, damn, dude, like
Yeah,
poor.
you covered it, right? The whole Mick Gordon saga.
Yeah, dude, the saga was pretty wild because obviously Mick Gordon, he's a game composer, but he bled so much into the metal scene, and I don't think that was ever his intention. He's just likes metal music and likes low tune guitars, but that entire soundtrack basically set the blueprint for like modern metal bands for the next 10 years, and everyone just copy pasted it, and that was definitely not his intention when he did that soundtrack. Like,
No, but it really was iconic. It really did set the tone for that whole franchise.
yeah. And it's cool to have like so many people listen to. I mean, at that time, Gent, now obviously it's become more intense and heavier and stupider over time with music. I don't know if you've been keeping up with a lot of like the really dumb new heavy bands, but like it's we've got into tunings that just don't make any sense, Charles. It's to a point where it will create the black hole eventually.
Yeah, I still remember the whole Thal crave from like 10 years ago.
Dude, see, you're gangster because you at least know thought. I'll say that word to people nowadays, and they're just like, "What is gent?" And I'm like, "No, my friend, these are different things. Gent is dan 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 dan. All right, thal is boom, boom. It's a different space, man."
Yeah, it was a very scientific look at it there too as well. That was a good breakdown of it.
That was a good breakdown. Have you? I ask every person I have on the show now. Have you heard of the band Marar? If you like thal by chance.
What is it?
Marar. Okay. Charlie, I'm going to blow your mind. For a second. Okay. I'm going to describe this very poorly, but it's going to work out. Okay. Beethoven, if he was still vibing, and Mozart, those crazy motherfuckers, right? And they love Skrillex, but then they made thal. Boom. Dude,
That's a cool way of selling it. You reminded me of something. Do you know Gutalex?
Gutalex, the pig band? Yes.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't say pig. It's more like frog band. Is it anything like that?
It's no. Okay, so that's why, dude, when it comes to the weird scene we have nowadays, there's so many bands doing different dumb shit, which is awesome. Like, it's fun dumb stuff where like there's a whole now like area of just noise where it's pig noise, frog noise, and it's just that. I don't. You ever listen to like Peeling Flesh by chance?
Yeah, I know them.
Yeah, that band is super sick, and it's cool because it's just slammy nonsense. And there's no way there's vocals. There can't be. I refuse to believe that that's a band that has any.
There's a concept of vocals in there.
There's a concept of vocals, but there's no way there's actually vocals. But it's so sick and so hard, and everyone's just throwing down. Like everyone loves this that it's going on. And then you go to like the other side where again it's more like this groove, atmospheric building based stuff like I don't know, Valjarta, Human's Last Breath, and bands like Marar, where it's like there's every band is doing heavy now, but in like very different separate ways. And it's cool, but even myself, man, I just find myself going back and listening to like 2000s bangers. Like that's kind of been my thing. Obviously, there's the Linkin Parks, there's I mean Deftones, and then there's like the metalcore shit that like, bro, I don't know if it'll get better than that. I'm gonna be real.
Yeah, it was just a great time period for music. A lot of my playlist is a lot of the early 2000s.
Mhm.
Speaking of, Chevelle just posted a new music video like 5 hours ago, which I thought was cool.
Oh shit, dude, how are you so fast?
Well, I just happened to have been on YouTube and saw it pop up. But yeah, it's like their first one since the, what was it, Mars Simula, which I didn't really like.
Damn, dude. Okay, we gotta check it. Every Friday we check out new music, and that's basically I put it in place to force myself to always stay updated because especially now, dude. Like, I'm sure. I mean, you listen to a bunch of music, like it's just there's too much new music. Like it's insane, dude. It's
Yeah,
fuck.
it's very, and that's why I think the take of like there's no good music anymore is so fucking stupid because there's like infinite music released every day now because you
Yeah.
don't need a label behind you to make it. So like you can
Yeah.
always find what you're looking for and infinite number of it.
Dude, yeah, that's the magic of nowadays when you have things like distribution where you just go online and you pay like $10 for a year and you can upload shit. Like it's just
Yeah.
like that's cool. Like because before you literally couldn't get it on Spotify or like I guess before like iTunes or like you couldn't give it to people unless you had like a a label, you knew distribution, like legit crazy. Now it's just like oh like I don't know CD Baby, District, all these other ones that just exist here. It's like okay, like that's great. I can just pay $10 and throw this up.
Exactly.
But there's so much music now, man, which is wild because it's so hard to stand out. Hey guys, if you're watching this on Spotify or Apple Podcast, then be sure to leave a 5-star review. It just helps get the podcast to more people and helps us get the sick modern metal guests on this show. Anyways, back to the podcast. And I don't know if you listen to like Parkway. Like Parkway dropped.
Oh yeah, that's right. I haven't heard it yet, but I did see they dropped.
Yeah, and they have the cool blend of like their old catalog as well as like their new stuff now, which is great because I know they were doing like the hell yeah brother European arena like vibe, but then they threw in some da-da-da-da-da-da, and you're like, I'm chilling. I'm back in 2005, so it's cool to see. I think a lot of bands going for that. Even Loathe, for fuck's sake. Like there's these bands where like just there's so much music now that everything is kind of consuming each other that it's exciting as a listener, but it's also like sad, I think, because like Loathe came out. I told my chat this like I don't know 2 weeks ago. Great song. I forgot it existed after a week because there was too much other new music that just
Ah,
instantly followed up with it. I
they're
don't know if
just
you guys have that
overriding
as
it.
much like in the gaming scene where there's just so much fucking games where you're just like I don't even remember. Meanwhile, this was a banger. But
Not often. Games doesn't get it like that. Like this has been a great month for games, but it's still like 4 games, so you're not gonna like forget.
right. Dude,
But
I mean, it's now that especially I'm a Floridian. I can't wait for the fucking GTA 6 because I can be like, I know where that place is, dude.
that's gonna be nice.
Yeah. Is that one where you're gonna like is that a DGen like nonstop 24-hour kind of stream?
It probably won't be 24 hours, but it will be a long one for sure. Like on
Gotcha.
release, absolutely. There's gonna be a lot of hours pumped into that for me.
Yeah, man. I remember when oh my god, GTA 5 came out and the servers absolutely exploded and you couldn't get online for it. It was like a week. That shit was really sad.
Did GTA 5 have online on launch? I don't remember that.
It
Or are you talking about
was
when online
when sorry,
launched?
yeah, when online
Oh
came.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
when I count launch notice. Yeah, when online came out. Which I think they did it. Oh my god, that was fucking a long time ago, like 13 years ago. It was like a couple weeks after the game came out, if I'm not mistaken, at
Yeah,
least.
I don't remember.
Yeah,
But yeah, that game was a fucking phenomenon when that came out, and GTA 6 is gonna be even bigger, which is crazy.
yeah, dude. It's I'm excited, especially now because I didn't get as much into the GTA RP stuff that I saw. Like I don't know what that like. You go on a server and I guess you GTA RP and it's like more customized. So I didn't get into that in depth stuff. I'm still like playing like the fucking first level of GTA immersion, which is just play the game and then play online for a few years and then you're out. But I'm sure all the people that also played like the RP and stuff are just going like, oh my fucking god, like they're going to be a whole life thing nonstop.
Yeah, it definitely will. I think it's going to be the biggest game, like the biggest launch. I don't know if it'll be like the biggest game ever, but it'll be the biggest launch ever
Yeah.
for sure.
Dude, I miss like big game launches like that, and also like I don't know if you grew up with like watching E3 every year and
Yeah.
shit like that too. Every year, no matter what, you would sit there and just be like, it was a whole event. You'd sit there, you'd shit talk, you'd be happy, you'd be like, oh my god, the one game I care about. And I was kind of sad that went away, and I lost a little bit of touch myself out of like the games that come out, but I still keep up with fucking Blizzard games, Charlie.
Oh, that's sad.
It's a sickness.
That
it's
is a sickness. That is
it's
sad.
it's did you play Classic at all?
No, I hated Classic. Classic's too slow, but I actually liked retail. Like retail rating felt really good.
Oh shit, okay. Yeah, it's a lot more buttons, a lot more fast pace. Classic rating I think is boring. I think that's the most boring part of the game because it's just button, don't stand and stuff. Like I can't do that. I zone out. I'm gone, right? But then they did the hardcore, which was
Yeah, I saw the
definitely
content. That was a lot of good
that
content.
was. Did you hardcore at all or no?
No,
No.
I hate Classic WoW. I can't fucking do that.
It's I really wanted to, but I knew if I didn't stream it, and that's I had to make a very pivotal like choice in my life right there. I was like, I am right now either going to full out only play this game for like 3 months and just completely neglect music and my actual like duties is what I do here, or I just don't play it. And I was really close to launching that stupid fucking thing and sitting there because I know once you start, it's like you're committing. You're not going to get to like level 10 or 11 and stop. Like no, you are going all the way. And watching it from afar though and seeing like the OnlyFans and all that shit going was it was really funny. That was mad fucking good content,
I
dude.
really enjoyed that saga as well. That was fun.
Yeah, man. It's cool to see again the gaming community is doing their thing, but like I almost like fucking Sleep Token is like the GTA6. No one else cares about anything else. It's just that right now, and then we move along, and then it's going to be something else and something else. But obviously, one of the most exciting releases, dude, was the track we did together.
Yes.
Dude, first of all,
For sure.
it's funny because I forget how much lore there is to that song, which again, obviously go see on the other channel. You guys relaunched it and did like the behind the scenes and basically kind of did the rundown of like the lore and how it all started. But it was cool to like look back on even my phone and just see all these like old like recordings and pictures of us just shooting the shit, figuring it out. And yeah, it just started with you. Yeah, you had the extra demo, I think, from like working with Andy, I believe.
Yeah,
And
I
then,
wrote two Linkin Park tracks and we used one, the other was just collecting some dust.
dude,
So,
yeah, it was. You sent me the voice memo melody, which was really sick. And then I was like, oh, let's go. And then I think I cooked the instrumental, and then we were like, I guess let's do it. Like, let's
yeah.
fucking do the thing. And it was cool because then you came to the studio, obviously in Orlando, which I know was a trek. I didn't do the Tampa trek before you came here, so I didn't know the I-4 business, Charlie. Brother, the I-4 is a situation here.
Yeah, it's not fun, but there's definitely good times to hit it. Like there are times you can make it more manageable if you know the
Mhm. Yeah, it's I wasn't aware, so thank you for coming down here because that was a hell. It's a
yeah,
hell
there's
to
no
do the
problem.
I-4. And yeah, look, it was so funny because I forgot. Like we went in the studio, we didn't even like have full lyrics. Like we were just like YOLO, let's figure
Yeah.
it out. And then homie, oh my god, Joel, I think
Hmm.
he was basically the hype man, which was fucking awesome. 'Cause he
Yeah, it was
was
very cute. He was getting really into it.
yeah, and we were just going wild, and it was cool because we had the demo there, and then I know obviously we were figuring out, and then it kept kind of becoming bigger and bigger and bigger of like, oh, like let's do a music video. I was like, that's sick. And then I know it became more of like a tie-in concept to what you guys want to do with the other channel. And then yeah, fast forward, obviously hitting up Ryo, and then that was sick, and the things he added to kind of that track in terms of like bringing the chorus to life was like fucking insane. And then all of a sudden
Yeah.
we're all in Tampa and like shooting that music video, which again, mad respect to the videographers and everyone, but like, dude, that set is insane that you guys had set up there.
Yeah, that
Like,
was a crazy spot. That was View Studios. They used that like what is it called? The volume or something like that, where it's the full LED screens and all that. I already forgot what it's called, but that shit is nuts.
dude, I have never been on a set of something like that. So I remember walking out, I was just like, okay, like
Yeah.
this shit is all out. And yeah, dude, it was super fun shooting that. And I think some of us were I fell asleep for like 20 minutes. Like it was a long ass day, but it was a lot of fun. Where this like I think we were all just done. at the end of that point. And
Yeah,
then
it was good though.
it was fucking sick. And then the next day, I know we shot the cheaper music video at your guys' place, and it was like that was just as fun. Like genuinely just fucking around. That felt like old school YouTube vibes for me, like growing up and
Yeah,
figuring it the fuck out, you know.
absolutely. That's very old school.
Yeah.
Very one camera and then just you spitball ideas on the spot.
No, dude, it was super cool to do that, and it was great to see again, even just it coming out and it's doing what it did. Like people were just stoked, and they were so surprised to see you doing that, which was so awesome. But I was also like, I mean, people know you have Gentleman. Gentleman is like fairly well known, I would assume, for like your space, even, right?
It's still just silly, fun stuff. Nothing like serious. Yeah,
Right.
like
I
we
mean,
just have a good time making silly songs and going a little crazy.
right. Yeah, you guys have been doing. How long have you guys been doing the Gentleman at this point?
6 years.
Holy shit!
Yeah,
Congrats. That's long.
thanks.
That's longer than most bands nowadays, dude. Like, yeah, making it to there, and that's where I even remember seeing you guys do that stuff, and that's why I was like, this is super sick. Like, I know I had you on the podcast obviously last time when we shot the shit. We're like, yeah, let's do something, and I'm glad like it came to fruition, and like we actually ended up doing the thing, because like it's always one of those things. Even musicians are always just like, yeah, we'll figure it the fuck out. Nothing happens ever.
Yeah.
It never goes, and it was cool that we were able to like get it all out. It looks super sick, and dude, yeah, it was super fun to do, man.
Yeah, I enjoyed it as well. I'm glad that it came together the way it did. Getting
Yeah.
to hang out with you as well as Ryo Yosh was a lot of fun.
Dude, yeah, man. Dude, the fucking Ryo that dude's an insane vocalist.
He's so talented. Yeah, that guy is amazing.
Yeah, I remember when we were filming and like he just kind of got in like Ryo mode and like very like, you know, like facial expressions. And I'm like, we see like the playback in real time. And I was like, holy shit, that's terrifying. Like that's,
He's a performer. He not
yeah,
only is he like a super talented vocalist, but he has such a strong aura.
yeah.
Like he commands the
Yes.
respect of everyone around him.
Dude, I remember seeing them live like when he was in Crystal Lake, and that was an experience because it was a stacked show. It was like North Lane Currents, a lot of like modern metal core kind of bands. And I think they were opening, and they just came on stage, and Rio just fucking just takes it, just goes for it. So much energy, and seeing that is still like one of the craziest shows I've seen. That dude is a monster because he's also doing all of that and then does the vocals like live,
Yeah.
which is crazy. And it's crazy how he can sound like he has the Linkin Park sound. He can do that thing, which was like super sick to see.
Yeah, he crushed it.
Yeah, man, it's cool. Have you been dabbling more in other kind of music projects or whatnot since, or is it mainly like just on the moist grind games and
We've
whatnot?
been the gentlemen. We've been cooking some wacky ideas,
Hmm.
some really stupid ones, and like very silly ones.
Right. Any ones that like it's gonna be? Is it tied to like more like YouTube concepts, or is it more just
No,
like
no, no.
no?
They're always just very different concepts. Like one of them I'm working on is about a caveman who has sex, but he's trying to pretend he's not a caveman. So like it's all very like avant-garde shit.
The key,
Yeah,
bro.
it's
You
not a
got
metal track. That one's more of
right.
like a Dare Commissar type vibe.
Okay, I got you. You guys have to have the caveman drawings though and make it authentic.
Oh
Just,
yeah, no, we'll figure something out for it,
y'all
no
got to film
doubt.
that shit in like what is it? Dinosaur World in Florida? We
Yeah, you're
okay.
talking about that's more of a souvenir shop, but yeah, I guess we could
Okay,
film
I've
it
never
there.
been. It's called Dinosaur World, so I assume it's like exciting and like a world of
It's not.
dinosaurs.
No, no, no. It's
Okay,
basically just a gift shop that has dinosaurs.
that's really disappointing to know
It is. It's
now.
sad. It's pathetic.
Yeah, like Paula also loves dinosaurs, and we would drive by that through the iPhone. We always see it. We're like, we're gonna come here one day.
That's
There's
what
gonna
everyone says, and then you'll eventually go in and just realize it's nothing but little souvenirs.
That's really sad, actually.
It is sad.
Shit, man. How is obviously I'm still getting acquainted to the Florida life. How is Tampa been for you? Obviously last year was fun watching you stream during the hurricane that came by. That
Yeah.
like how is that vibe for you? Like, you ever get scared of hurricanes or anything like that?
Yeah, hurricanes aren't fun. Like they're scary, especially that last one was like the first direct hit ever for Tampa. But
Right.
I don't know, it's never like I'm not in the area that floods,
Okay.
so it's not like a big concern of like flooding and shit. It's more just about power, and most of the
Yeah.
time you can get pretty lucky by being more uplands in Tampa.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really just like South Tampa that floods really, really bad, and everywhere else loses power or has like trees go down.
Shit, dude. Yeah, all I remember is news going crazy, and they would have like all the cams on like all the coasts and shit. And I would this is the first time I ever did something that was like less music really. Basically, is we were watching all the cams, and I think it was one of the cams in like not Florida Keys, but like somewhere south, and it was people literally jumping like with the water, or like they were sitting on the side of the bench waiting for like the crazy ass waves, like these storm waves, to just absolutely destroy them while they all take pictures. And
That makes sense.
is that a Florida thing?
Yeah, we get that a lot. Like on Bayshore Boulevard, every time it like rains really hard, it'll like flood. But during hurricanes, that's where you'll see those videos come up of people like jet skiing through the roads or like canoeing, kayaking around and that like wakeboarding on the streets and shit.
Right, right.
It's that kind of vibe down there. That's the South Tampa Bay Shore area.
That's the South Tampa. All right, because I gotta explore more, man. I still haven't gone to fucking Disney, Charlie.
No, there's you're not missing anything. Disney blows. That place is fucking trash.
It's okay. So is Universal better?
I like Universal. Universal's fun.
Okay.
Disney's awful.
Yeah. Okay. I haven't been yet, and me and Paula have to like figure out time to fucking go and figure it out in some way. Because like every Brazilian that comes here, it's really weird. I don't know why it's a Brazilian thing. They're just like they come here just for Disney, and
This,
that's it.
yeah, I feel like it's not just Brazilians though. It's so many people come here just for Disney, and I really think a lot of it's just people convincing themselves they had a good time because they put so much into it. But there's just nothing to like about Disney as an adult, unless you're just someone that's obsessed with Disney culture.
Right with
Like,
the movies.
yeah, it's the park is just so fucking lame.
It's okay. So is Universal more like rides than like
Universe, not like I get really bad motion sickness, so I don't even go on like the big rides or anything. But Universal's still just fun because like the atmosphere is much cooler and they have more unique rides. Like
okay.
there's more to do at Universal as opposed to just like you walk around Disney and like point and like take pictures with the mascots and shit.
Got you. Okay. We gotta figure this shit out. Me and Paula will figure it out. We're gonna figure it out, right? Is she even here? Oh, she went upstairs. She was done. Okay. I thought she was on the other side of the desk. Dude, yeah, man. Florida's a magical place. I'm becoming more Floridian every day. The heat is fucked up, Charlie.
That's why I like it though. I like the heat. I hate the cold, and it's never cold here, which is super nice.
That's why I escaped Toronto from the igloo that I came from and the maple syrup that I drank. I could not stand that shit anymore. But yeah, living in Florida has been very nice, and that's what. Yeah, like I'm very excited to see how GTA 6. I don't know if they released the map. I don't know if Orlando or Tampa is part of it at all. But
It's there's people speculating that it is, but from what I've seen, Tampa's definitely not. Orlando might be, but Tampa doesn't seem to be.
there's no way they can get like the Disney in any capacity, any kind of
No,
Disney
no, no.
right.
It wouldn't be like Disney. It'd probably just be like downtown Orlando type shit.
That's boring as fuck. That's the
I don't
least
know.
fun part.
Downtown Orlando's not bad, like around what is it, the Kia Center? That kind of
Really?
spot.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of popping.
We've gone by the lake a bit. The lake's a vibe because there's like ducks and dogs usually. Other than that, I like it a lot more than downtown Toronto. That place sucks. That place is scary. I did not ever feel safe. I actually feel safe weirdly in downtown Orlando. It feels like
That's crazy.
dude, Charlie, I feel safe, but I don't stay there much. Like that's why, like, compared to downtown Toronto, I don't know if you've ever been. I genuinely am like, I'm okay here. Like, things probably won't happen. That's bad.
I've never heard a take like that before. All power to you though. That's good stuff.
Yeah, it's a fun place, man. It's an interesting place. But dude, when it comes to, obviously, you've been going for so long. You've been going for like almost 20 years now, right, on YouTube?
Close to it, yeah.
Yeah, I know we talked about that last time too. How are you? Are you doing anything for like 20 years, or like you kind of taking it, for the flow, or like that's a big fucking number, dude. That's crazy.
No, it'd probably just be same old, really.
A different game, different Doom game, different fucking situation. Going for it. Do you own the situation title at this point? I'm pretty sure.
No,
Charlie.
I do not. That wasn't me. It
That
wasn't
wasn't
me.
you, Charlie.
No, I didn't do anything. It was just lazy titles, and that's all.
It's okay, but when it comes to titling, that's a moist video. Usually, if you see like the situation in some capacity, that's
Perhaps I don't know. I that's not mine though. I do not claim that.
you don't click.
It's just very simple titles I've always used. Like I don't feel like putting a lot of thought into a title.
Right. I mean, after all those years, is there anything you feel particularly that you're like, okay, yeah, this is the core. This is after all these years, like no matter what, the older, OG YouTube generation will remember me by this. The Zoomers, the TikTokers, like, do you have any specific thing for you that you're like, yeah, that's gonna be the thing that is gonna be like the legacy for the next 200 years if the internet exists?
Not that I can think of. Not really.
No.
No.
Dude, yeah, it's I obviously you are in terms of like your setup, it's probably one of the most iconic parts I know is like the streaming room, which like it's cool because you have actually so much awesome stuff back there, but it's also very like laid back and relatable. And I don't know if that was something you guys again ever did like intentionally, or it's just like this is my room and I stream from here. But like how did that come about? Because obviously YouTubers nowadays, it's like they have their fucking, I don't know, 7G camera and all this shit and go all out, but it doesn't seem to change much for many people nowadays.
It wasn't really a whole lot of thought into it. I just surrounded myself with shit that I thought was cool. Like I've always lived my life with like minimalism's not the right word because I don't like minimalism. It's just I
Okay.
also don't like buying shit really. So it's always just been like white walls and empty. And then a couple years ago, I
Hmm.
changed my room around. So I like moved my setup from my old room to this room to make it more decorative with things
Right.
that I really like. And then I kind of went all out on that and just built it on top of that for just shit I thought was cool from things that meant something to me.
Dude, I don't know if you're similar to me where like if you I don't have many things because if I have something and I'm not utilizing it, my brain gets like really anxious in a weird way. I don't know if you relate to that in any capacity.
Yeah, the only stuff I have are things that I use or the shit in this room, which is just like display pieces. I don't really have things for the sake of having things.
Yeah, no, that
Not,
makes
at least not that I can think of. I guess maybe like some of the card boxes, but I play all the card games, so I will use them eventually.
Do you okay, so you have to update me a bit because I grew up playing Yu-Gi-Oh quite a bit.
Right.
And then I also
Yeah.
grew up a little bit on Magic. Not WoW. I know nowadays it's like much bigger than it was like when I don't
Oh,
know.
it's huge now,
It's
yeah.
it's fucking massive. Is like what are the go-tos? It's still like Magic. Does anyone even fucking play Yu-Gi-Oh anymore? That game was fun, man.
It's changed a lot, so now there's no new people going to Yu-Gi-Oh because modern Yu-Gi-Oh is basically turn one, you spend 20 minutes building your board, you go through your whole deck, and then turn two is
Okay.
spent your opponent tries to break that board, assuming they didn't have hand traps, and if they didn't have hand traps to interrupt you, they basically lose on the spot.
Okay.
So it's a very restrictive card game to get into, but
Right.
it's still popular. Your main cards right now aren't even Magic, it's fucking Pokemon. Everyone's buying Pokemon, scalping Pokemon. It's so
Is
disgusting.
that because of that, like for playing sake or just the crazy value?
No, just the value. People have tried to turn it
Jeez.
into a professional career being a Pokemon scalping scumbag. It's so cringe. I can't stand those vermin.
Pokemon scalping, dude. Gee, what the fuck? Like, how much is? I know that like there's a Charizard. I see that, and that's like a big or like a specific limited edition. Again, I'm not a Pokemon. I grew up watching Pokemon, but I don't know the cards as much. Like that shit goes for like literally tens of thousands of dollars sometimes.
There's a lot of cards that in Pokemon that go for that. Like even right now, there's modern Pokemon cards ungraded going for in the thousands, like some of your more coveted ones, like some of the evolutions like Moonbreon and shit. Like it's just it's in such a pitiful state. I hate what's happened to that game. And Magic's not much better.
Hmm.
Like Magic's got a Final Fantasy collab dropping in what, like 3 weeks, I think, something like
Okay.
that. Those boxes, the collector's boxes, are like fucking $700 a piece. It's so stupid. It's so
What the
dumb.
fuck, dude? Jesus Christ. Yeah, that's not. I don't. That's when I was a kid, bro. Like that shit. That's way expensive. What the
It
fuck?
is. It sucks. It's so fucking dumb.
Yeah, I just want to play Pokemon normally, man. I just want to go. Here you go, Pikachu. Since this
Yeah, it's
is
not. That is not happening.
fuck, man. That's unfortunate. Now it's. I mean, I can obviously there's always new metas and shit like that. I can see. I'm sure it's already happened. Like dudes probably just they sit there on like that. They only open up cards like because it's just it's just gambling then, but like with with
Most of them
cards.
don't even do that. Most of it is people they buy the boxes and
Hmm.
then they squat on it. So that way there's a limited supply. So then people are going to naturally start to pay more. So it drives the price up and they'll just squat on it till it reaches what they think is the
Bro,
perfect time to sell.
there's like a card mafia basically that like
Kind of. I wouldn't even give them a cool word for it. It's just like
okay,
a group of dweebs, just like this
okay,
giant assortment of losers that treat TCGs as like this get rich quick scheme. So like you
right,
do have people that don't do that, and what they'll do instead for a different scam is like ripping ships where they'll do like resealed packs and they'll try and like peddle it through like whatnot or something. Or you'll
right.
have people that'll pretend that a like there's so much to it and I could go on for hours. There is so many fucking scams with Pokemon cards in particular. It's gross. It's just so gross.
Dude, I was not aware of this side of the internet that just goes crazy for trying to scam each other with cards. That's
Yeah.
damn, man. Well, it's yeah, it's okay. Yeah, there's interesting metas always going. There's interesting metas always going. Have you had any metas you've seen over the years, particularly that you're like that was kind of cool, like that was a vibe, whether you partook in it or not. That you were like that was a cool one because they get fucking weird sometimes. I know. I just have to go on like just chatting, and I'm like, that's I don't know what the fuck's happening here, but that's probably not okay.
Probably the Among Us era I thought was actually pretty wholesome. It was just a
Mm,
bunch of people playing the game together. Even though people would get mad and shit during the games, it was still a fun trend, like
right.
a fun fad. Because it's just a bunch of people
Mhm.
bonding and playing a silly fucking game.
Yeah, well,
That was
yeah.
wholesome.
Super collaborative, and it took like it's not like it was a complex game, but it definitely took a little
No.
bit of fuckery to like mess
Yeah,
with
that made it
people.
fun.
Yeah, that's sad that that's not
That's probably
still
still
going.
my favorite meta. I think that one was the most wholesome.
The most wholesome during Among Us, dude. That was oh my god, like 5 years ago at this point. No, 6.
I think so. I think it was five. No, I think it was late 2019, right? So yeah, almost 6 years ago.
Dude, I don't count like the sickness years. Fuck me up. Like I haven't kept up as much. It's just been kind of a blur
Yeah.
of everything coming together and especially like on the the music metal fucking streaming side because that was the era when like all the musicians didn't have anything to do so they just came on here and started streaming, which was exciting. It was great. It was awesome seeing like, oh, like I know that guy from that band, I know that guy from that band, and they were playing whatever. Usually they were just playing like COD or some shit, but some of them were doing like Among Us and obviously playing music. And that was a special time that obviously was sucked for a lot of people. Respectfully, obviously with the fucking COVID era, but like in terms of the internet space, that was a really cool time, man. I don't know if you guys felt that same way too, but it was like it felt like everyone coming together to one place to hang out to forget the bullshit in life for a second. You know what I mean? Instead of just getting angry at each other, they actually like came together.
Uh, that's like a positive way of looking at it, I suppose. That
Okay.
definitely wasn't my impression of those years, but that's a nice way of seeing things.
Like, okay, what what was on your side more like what was the craziness of 2020s?
It wasn't craziness. It was just like this brain breaking period, I would say,
Mm,
where since everyone was alone and more isolated than ever, it made them much more used to that feeling. So now I feel like we see that today where people choose isolation more. It's just become
Mm,
so much more normalized to have
yeah.
no real life connections and real life friends. Like those that
Yeah.
I feel like that period has just been the most negative shit for people in
Right.
general.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not one to talk. I don't go out much. I don't have many friends, so I definitely can relate to that. But I'm
Well, it's COVID's fault, damn it. Look
it's
what it did to you. Look
look
what
at what it
happened to
did to
you.
me. Yeah, that was. I mean, yeah, but I also grew up in the weird age of like I had an older cousin and we'd just be gaming. So like even my interaction was usually so limited because I would just you like why go out and hang with the homies when you can like hop on WoW or hop on CS, for the night and like play a few rounds. But I guess that's not normal for most people before
It's
the.
very normal now, I'd say. Like
Hmm,
that's a pretty common thing, and there's nothing wrong with that.
yeah.
But there's always I feel like there's always the needed experience of being around human beings like physically, like in a location together, as
Right.
opposed to just through the internet.
Right. From your like standpoint, obviously, like you've been doing this for so long. You do 2 videos a day.
Yeah, for the most part. Not always though.
Fuck respect. That's fucking wild. Like damn, man. How has been trying to balance that for you? Like as a person, obviously, where you are, what you things you've been doing. Like, has that been a thing that you've tried to balance over the years? Like outside, hanging with people versus like, because obviously, YouTuber a lot of the time, content making is usually like kind of a single player game for a lot of people, unless they build obviously their content around a group of people and like everyone hanging out and shit like that. Like, how has that balance been for you for the past years?
I don't know. It's not something I really think about because it's like the shit I make doesn't take like a ton of time to make. So I always have plenty of time to work out, go see a movie, watch a show, hang out with people. Like it's still very flexible and then still
Mhm.
stream at night if I want to. Like it's never been a hard balance to find, I
Mhm.
suppose. And I don't know, I've always liked going and doing stuff. So like we used to play basketball, pick up basketball 2 times a week, and I never had like an
Oh,
issue
sick.
with needing to make stuff or stream during that time and shit.
Hmm.
So I don't really know. It wasn't something I thought about. It's just I've always been lucky enough to be able to have the time and ability to do that.
That's sick. No, that's good. I struggle with balancing by far. There are
You know,
days.
the work you do usually takes longer. Like again,
Charlie, that's kind words, but it's some of it definitely does
nah,
not.
you're selling yourself short. There's a lot of effort in that content.
I appreciate that. That's very kind of you. Thank you. And well, I mean, it's definitely a balance that I have needed to get better at balancing over many years. And it's as a musician, it's very weird because like typical musician, I go on fucking tour. I hated that. Never liked doing it. It was not my thing. Mad respect to the musicians that got to do that all day. That shit hard as fuck. Like that schedule is wild. But yeah, balancing that with sometimes going outside is just I gotta remind myself to just go outside, and that's why even coming to hang with doing the whole shoot was super fun because that's like the most outside time I probably had in like a fucking year of like
That's cool.
doing things, being around kind of a set of people instead of just like one day, which was great. And but dude, your team is a monster. They're incredible. Like
They're good people. Yeah, they're very good people.
you guys are so tight knit, but you're so chill, which is something that I don't think obviously many people can say when it comes to building a team because it's a balance of professionalism, but also, you guys all vibing together. Like, how long for you did it take to kind of build that team where you guys obviously have like editors, coordinators, all of that, but you guys are also all like very obviously like just good friends in the end?
Well, they were friends first, so like they were
Okay.
just talented friends that could do it. So it was very easy. It didn't take long. It was just I know them. They're good at things,
Right.
so bring them on board.
Damn. Yeah. it's fun because how you obviously when you like how you describe it, it's very simple, but it is simple in concept in that. But I guess for so many people, it's especially like there's content creators I know they have like they have like I don't know 100,000 subs or whatever, and they have like 5 editors, and they're like all hired guns. They don't really know. They don't talk to them outside of anything, and it's all very just businessy. Do this, and there's no interaction beside there.
Sounds
And
miserable. It sounds like shit.
it seems very stressful. Like the few mods we have here, one of them was a mod that actually watched me on Twitch back when oh my god, you could first multi-stream, but I didn't stream on Twitch. I just streamed on YouTube, so I never checked what happened on Twitch when I started.
Nice.
And homie sat there. He told me for like a year, and he would like say things, and I was like, and I had no fucking idea until I came over to Twitch, and he was like, dude, I've literally been on here for a year. Why is it so busy now? I thought I was the only viewer that was watching you here.
That's so cool. What
Yeah.
the fuck?
And then he became, over time, obviously part of the community, and then one of my editors. And my other editor, somewhat similar, except he actually, would watch on YouTube back in the day and streaming on that. But dude, streaming on YouTube was not. Oh my god! Not my favorite now, but holy shit! Like 10 years ago. No.
I didn't even know you could do it 10 years ago. That's news to me. Like, it's something that they've had for a while.
Yep.
It's just not something they take seriously.
Yeah.
I just had no idea that it was even there 10 years ago. You were an early adopter. That's
okay,
big.
maybe 8. I think I overstated a little, but it was there for a while. I streamed on there definitely at least like 2017, 2018. How many years is that? Around, yeah, okay, it's there. So that was because I just thought, okay, you have a platform on YouTube, so I don't know, I'm going to stream in the same place. I didn't really understand the dynamics of Twitch and YouTube as much. I was just like, I hear, so now I'm live here, and that was kind of it. But it was a different time for sure. And Twitch is special. It's a special it's a special place. Is that do you think like Twitch might always be kind of that home-based streaming wise, or do you multi-stream now?
No, I've multi-streamed for like a year and a half. Well, not a year and a half, like probably a little over a year. I think
okay.
multi-streaming is just the way to do it. There's no reason to just be on one platform when there's no restrictions. You should just be on all the platforms so that way viewers can choose what their favorite is.
Yeah. Do you ever find like there's discrepancies of like engagement in terms of like, I don't know, someone watching on Twitch and like you're doing something on YouTube mainly, right? Like is it ever weird because you have both of the platforms, which are somewhat different platforms, or does it not really matter for you?
I don't think it matters all that much. YouTube is much worse as like a chat experience.
Right.
Like that shit is just unhinged there. There's nothing good in a YouTube stream chat. It's absolute fucking.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's not that big of a deal, I guess.
Yeah. I guess Twitch Twitch, YouTube, Kick is a thing now. I haven't gone on there though, but that's its own fun fuckery. So that's curious.
Hey, you should might as well multi-stream onto it. They have what is it, that partner program now or some shit?
I did see that. I've never. I think I've like seen like been on Kick once. Was like, what the fuck is this? I was like, oh, that's funny. It's Twitch, but this like more degen. Yeah. Okay. And other than that, I haven't really gone. But I saw, they did the multi-stream availability, and you still get a certain amount of dollars per viewers per hour, which that is cool.
Yeah. I don't know what it is or whatever, but it sounded like a good deal if you could just multi-stream there for free. You might as well spread your wings on it.
Right. Do you think there's ever going to be a day that like streaming just is done? Like it's just like GG.
No, it's way too integrated into like the mainstream society. It's never going away. I do think there will be a day where Twitch isn't the main spot for it, but
right.
I think that's a little far off.
Yeah, there will always be streamers because like I remember when it started to become a thing in the tens, and obviously not as much of like a monetized thing, but it was like a thing, and people were having fun and streaming. And then the 20s came, obviously, with the COVID and all of that was massive. And I was always like, this might go away one day. And I was very wrong because, like you said, I think it's just integrated into absolutely everything. in every facet of life now. I
Yeah.
mean, you go on the awful thing known as X, and you see clips of Twitch, of YouTube, of whatever. Like it's part of everywhere. If you're on the internet, like streaming seems to be the thing that, like, even now, like YouTube videos for most people, obviously they're Twitch clips, right? So it's, yeah. Do you think, what do you think it's going to evolve to though in like 10 years? Like what do you think? Like it's going to still be just camera, go.
Yeah, I think it'll still be that. It's just it's being adopted by like celebrities and shit right now. So it'll probably be more like there's gonna be more scripted stuff on it and shit, but it'll still be the same old streaming as always. It's just, and for a lot of people, that's a great thing. You don't want to see it change. Like
Right.
you don't want to see like these huge sweeping evolutions. You'd rather it stay like this. And I think for the most part it probably will, just with more phony baloney celebs and shit like that.
That's yeah. I a lot of the streamers I know do like, it's the celeb meta where they have, like, it's so funny because I still don't understand like the ties of the streamer. Like if XQC has this person on, or like Kai has this person on, it seems somewhat random, but you're just like, oh, Will Smith's here, or like fucking
Yeah.
you know, like this, you know, huge pop star, huge rappers here, and you're like, that's cool. I have no idea what the fuck is happening, but I guess that's part of the
It's just
charm.
it's a PR appearance. I had never really enjoyed those. Those are always they feel so forced and fake.
Right.
Like the people aren't really friends. I've never seen like a good interaction there.
Right.
Except for occasionally on Kai's stream where a couple of them that have come on are actually his friends, but everywhere else it just feels so forced.
The one Kai I was rooting for because he had you know, Entheos by chance, the band
Wait, who?
Entheos.
Oh no.
No, do you know Cheney? She's the one. She does crazy shit. She's from Entheos. Okay, maybe not.
No.
They had randomly, I think it was one of his subathon things. They had Cheney from Entheos on the stream, and they they obviously made it really weird. Like, oh, the metal person is here, which is kind of, I don't know why they had to do it like that. Like they basically made it so Cheney and like a bunch of kind of more emo kids walk in the room and they just stared at Kai really awkwardly, looking like all metal. And it was fucking weird. But then the cool part was that Cheney comes in and then gives him fucking emo clothes to wear, or metal clothes. And then she starts playing like death metal for the whole stream and like
That's
screaming to
cool.
Entheos. And I was like, all right, that's sick. That's what I'm like.
That sounds cool.
It's a weird way to go about it. Super fucking random, you know, but I was about that one. That one was kind of cool. Do you have any for you, like, isn't like celebrity, whatever, musician celebrity that you would be like, that would be sick as fuck to have on my stream just like one day, like anybody?
No, I don't think I'd ever want to do like a celebrity stream. Like I always like to like make collab content with people that I like or get along with in that
Right.
regard, but never like a stream. That just feels so awkward because you don't really know each other and now you have to interact live and you just end up staring at the chat together unless you have something planned, I guess. But other than that, it's very uncomfy.
Yeah, I can imagine. That's I don't know, even in my capacity, who would. I feel like I'd like Post Malone would vibe and do weird shit, but that's it.
Yeah, Post Malone's great. I'd love to do stuff with him. Still wouldn't want to do a stream together. Again, I feel like there's just
Inherent
there's so much.
awkwardness. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like there's just so much more fun things you can do like in a video together as opposed to trying to force a stream out.
Damn, dude. Well, yeah, Charlie. Holy shit, dude. It's been an hour. I want to say first of all, thank you for coming to shoot the shit with
Yeah, of
us
course,
again,
brother.
talking streaming music, all that. Obviously, guys, you know, go check out the new track. Go check out Charlie's fucking killing it on it too. All right, dude. I didn't know you were a fucking rap king. Like, you throw down.
No, I'm absolutely terrible at that. I'm beyond horrible at that. It's crazy how bad I am at that, actually.
Dude, okay. I'm not just saying this because you know, because we did the track. Like, I really love your rap flow. I think it's cool, and it sounds like you. Like, there is no one that sounds like you rapping, and I think that's fucking awesome. And you have a specific tone to your voice when you're rapping. That's kind of hard as fuck. Like, genuinely, I think it's cool as shit. Like,
That's very sweet of you to say, but we all know the truth. But I appreciate the nice words about it.
we got, dude. If you ever need a Linkin Park banger, bro, I got you.
That's
I
true. We could just start cooking up tons of those.
link it. What do you have any other like worship bands? Like I do, you can give me any vibe if you want. If you're playing Doom, you want some Mickey Gordon. If you're into the baddie vibe and you want some Deftones, like I got you, bro.
Okay. Yeah, I'll start thinking about some like other worship type vibes that I
We're,
think would go kind of crazy.
just out of context, send me a memo of doing like a random moan, and I will assume it's Deftones, and I will I'll give you an instrumental with that voice sample in it.
That sounds so hype.
Dude, there you go. Huge banger. Massive. All right. Ginormous.
I like the
Fucking,
vision. I fuck with that.
you fuck with that vision? Okay, dude. Oh, dude, fuck. Like what? Oh, dude, that fucking video, the concert video, had me roll.
Oh, the Deftones concert.
Had me fucking roll. Because like, obviously, I see it in my feed, and I'll just watch videos generally. But I was like, oh, Deftones, this is cool. Like, I'll watch it with chat. Like that makes sense, dude. Holy fucking shit. That sounded like an intense experience. I have had experiences, parallel. I will say parallel in those words.
No soiled britches for you though.
There's no soiling, but there is like I
Close
have
calls.
I'm a dumbass. I used to drink like when I was like ate like vinegar from the bottle because I like vinegar. So like my intestinal vibes are not happening. Okay, like it was
What the fuck?
dude. Yeah, like
That's revolting.
it is revolting. Like not a lot. Just like I don't know. You're a kid and you're like that's cool. And like instead of having sugar, I like drank vinegar. I was fucking weird.
That's
Kid.
crazy because like vinegar is the number one thing that the human body like doesn't really just want raw.
So
like that.
So
That's crazy.
Exactly. Point is, my body, if I eat like weird shit now, done. I'm old now. It does it. So I have had situations, going to shows, worse than going to shows when I was in fucking university doing an exam, and I was like, this is not happening. I really have to make a choice here, bro. It's fucking failing or like it's something here.
That's terrible.
It has been, but that was a fun one. But my point being, so Deftones was sick?
Yeah, no, that shit went crazy. I was just upset because I missed Fleshwater. They performed right before the Deftones went on, and I missed it.
Okay, dude, I'm such a dumbass. I didn't know they were playing in Orlando because you said like Kia Center. I'm like, what? And then I looked, and I was like, what the fuck? Deftones played here. I learned that they played here through your video, so I was just like, I'm just sad I missed Deftones now, dude.
I just assumed you were backstage.
No,
I thought they would have invited you back there for the VIP treatment.
I am not that cool. I play 5/7/8, and some musicians deal with me because I'm just here in the space. That's basically the situation.
Nah, that's not it. That's not it.
That's how we fucking go about. But sometimes they're lovely. Obviously, dude. Yeah. So yeah, man. I got to see Deftones, but I'm glad they had a good set. Did people lose it to change? I'm assuming that's like the.
I did. Yeah.
Okay.
I will say something though. Okay. I don't know if it was just the Kia Center or what. Some of the tracks that they performed, whatever sound system they were using, blew out his audio so much it sounded like they fucking deep fried his vocals for some of it, which was really upsetting to me.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it wasn't like every track, but some of his tracks, the ones with like more energy, it felt like whatever they were using completely ate shit during those tracks.
Wait, even like the ambient chill moments, too, like just like a whole, not just like screaming moments.
Just his vocals. Like it felt like I far be it from me to question event planning for concerts, but like it felt like every time he'd get into something like energetic for some of the earlier tracks in his set, it was fucking almost incomprehensible.
Okay. I mean, to be fair, when he's doing some of like the sensual whispering, ASMR stuff, it's a little generally incomprehensible, but it's a vibe, right?
Yeah, that came across pretty well. I'm talking more like when he'd get to like the chorus of some shit. Like it felt like I was hearing a meme of it and couldn't. I don't know. That was upsetting because a few of his tracks felt like that.
Well, there you go. So we can recreate that experience. Just send me a deep fried now, Moan, and then we'll build off of that.
Yeah, we can work backwards there.
We can work backwards. Chat, let's get some claps for Charlie! Moist Critical, Penguins, the man, the myth, the legend, the homie. Obviously, Charlie. Check out all his millions of socials on the interwebs. Go look at the interwebs. It's all there. It's you'll find it. I'm moist as
That was
fuck right now.
sweet, brother.
Guy, chat, relax. Calm yourself here. All right. Charlie, dude, thank you for coming to hang, man. I appreciate it always. And like I said, it was such a fun experience being able to do the whole track together, hanging out, shoot the shit in. Dude, yeah, anytime you want to do some fun shit, you know, come hang. We'll do some fun stuff. And yeah, thank you for being dope, man. I appreciate it.
Absolutely, brother. Anytime, man. Feel free to reach out.
Hell yeah, dude.
Wacky shit.
Anytime. Have a good one, dude. See ya.